what's up? I want to welcome you to my crazy world. Hey yo, it started like a voice trailing up.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Surround Sound. My name's Hannah and tonight we're here with Urthboy. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
That's alright. Looking forward to tonight's show.
Yep, it's going to be fun.
To kick things off, it actually is pretty timely. You were just talking to the Hack team on ABC a little bit about some recent issues, and I think a lot of people would know that you're quite a political activist and you have some really strong views. Was this something that you've always had a passion for, or is it something that's sort of grown as the world has started to deal with some really big issues?
Well, I first became interested in, I guess, another way of seeing the world from hip-hop music, and hip-hop music taught me to, pay attention to, I guess, the lives of other people that, were completely separate and disconnected from the life that I live. So, that's artists like Public Enemy, artists like Paris. A lot of the types of artists that were really prominent in the late 80s and in the 90s were really political, and that really awakened something in me, and that sent me down a path that I think changed my life.
Yeah. And I just discovered your blog the other day. I'm sure no one would be
aware of it.
Oh no, I was more going to say, I'm sure no one would be surprised to know that you have a really interesting way with words, and when I was reading it, it's quite poetic, the way everything's put together is really appealing to read. How is this something you got into? I mean, it's been running since 2013.
So, it's something that when I have the time to really justify, or when I can justify the time that it takes to write. I dive into it. But I don't think that I'm that good. But perhaps writing songs and writing in that kind of way maybe influences the way that I write on the blog.
No, definitely. I can tell there's definitely a musicality about the way that you write. I can hear it sounding nice in my head, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Does it sound like a demo, or does it sound like a finished song?
I feel like it sounds more finished than you think. When I was reading it, it does sound very well put together.
Right, okay.
So you're currently in your first month of 2 full months of touring around Australia. You sold out shows in both Melbourne and Darwin, so you're playing extra shows there. And I mean, you tour around Australia quite a bit. Do you have somewhere that fans are the craziest or the most exciting?
I think that you tend to see that music is a really unifying culture. There's a culture around music, and it's really about either the feelings that you have listening to music, or the way that what you get out of it. I guess it draws people together.
Yeah.
And maybe it's loose, but there's still a camaraderie, I reckon. And the kind of shows that we do, we're very much about making sure that people walk out of there feeling really good.
Yeah.
We were talking to the venue, the gig last night, and the venue owners were saying that if we'd known that this was going to be a hip hop gig, we just wouldn't have come. We would have rostered someone else on to, do security and whatnot. But we loved your gig because, you don't have your audience, going in the toilets and, kicking the shit out of the wash, the basins, and there's not damage, there's no violence, there's not people assaulting people in the crowd. So
people are feeling good, and so they're acting accordingly.
Yeah, I think that we have it's a big deal to us to make sure that we have a really good vibe, and that people go out and actually have a fun time. Yeah,
it's good. That's really great. I mean, it's probably a huge compliment to yourself too, that people are leaving feeling like that. There's a lot of things that are you can binge, whether it's music or food or TV, and I would be very interested to know what you've been binging on or what you've binged on recently.
Joyride gave me this cricket game for the Xbox. Games are the enemy of musicians and artists, and people who are involved in passions or hobbies or professions that are all about self-initiative. If you don't create it, you get nothing. It's not like you rock up to work and if you have a good day or a bad day, you still get paid. we live off our own productivity.
Yeah.
And so he gave me this cricket game, Don Bradman 14, and it has killed my productivity.
Well, thank you so much for coming in tonight, and have an absolutely killer show. I'm sure it's going to be absolutely great.
Thanks.
And if you guys would like to check out more music from Urthboy, head over to iTunes, Spotify or YouTube, and we'll see you next time.